Welcome. Today we are practicing the pigeon pose, and maybe we'll reach back for a foot and be able to get a little closer to what pigeon leads into, which is Ikapada Raja Kapotasana. So pigeon pose is the posture where you take one leg behind and one leg forward, but you have both hip points facing forward. So we'll talk about some of the technique of that, and I'll spend a good long time today getting you ready for that posture. The physical benefits of this pigeon pose are that it opens the hip joints, it lengthens your hip flexors, it's excellent for stretching the thighs, the gluteals, also the piriformis. So very nice for sciatic pain, helps to relieve sciatic pain, low back pain. Can also help on an emotional level to release any undesirable stored energy in the hips, where we do tend to store a lot of emotions. So get ready for all of that today in our practice. Let's bring our palms facing up and just receive what the practice gives us today. Lowering the eyelids or closing the eyes, pulling the chin in towards the throat. The chant today, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, 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 one time together. Take a big exhale. Inhale deeply. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May there be peace within ourselves, peace all around us, and peace in the universe. And for our pranayama this morning, let's practice alternate nostril breathing, simple, straightforward, 5 rounds. So left hand goes into Jnana Mudra, index finger to thumb. Right hand, put it in a fist, open your thumb and your last 2 fingers. And we'll be switching right and left sides, and I'll lead you through this. So put your thumb to the right nostril. I'll lead you for 3 rounds actually, and let you do the last 2 on your own today. So paying attention to the sequencing. Thumb on right nostril. Inhale through the left. Change sides, exhale right. Trying to find an equal breath for you. 4, 5, or 6 on your count. Inhale right. I'm counting to 6 today on my inhales and my exhales. And then exhale on the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 complete round. Inhale left. 4 more. Change sides, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Great. 2 more rounds on your own. I'll keep practicing if you get lost. You can look up and follow me. Remember, you stay on the right side for the inhale also. Good. Last round. And when you're finished, bringing both hands on tops of the legs, Jnana Mudra. Take a breath through both nostrils, breathing in and out. Hopefully both passageways are cleared. Energy on your right and left side, clear and balanced. Then opening the eyes, we'll start in with 6 actions of the spine. So I'm going to use my blanket today. I have one blanket. I have a block today and a strap in case you'd like to reach behind you to grab a foot later. I'm going to sit up on the blanket and take the legs forward and shake them out. Bending the right knee first, and then crossing the right leg over the left leg. Take your left arm around the right leg. Active left leg, toes stay flexed, foot stays flexed. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to your right. Belly goes right, ribs go right, heart goes right. Tall spine. On your next inhale, bring the head forward, shoulders, rest of body. Take the right leg now and cross it a little deeper. So bringing the right foot back towards your left glute a little bit more. We're going to take a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Pull your chin in towards your throat. And it doesn't have to be very deep. You're just getting a nice stretch to the bottom of the left leg, getting a stretch through your hips. Three more breaths. And inhale, lifting the head, walking yourself back. Now here comes the fun part. You're going to move your blanket and lift your left knee. Your right leg stays on top, but bring your ankle just behind the knee, more on the thigh. Turn your fingers away from your bottom, lift your heart, and you should be feeling a really nice stretch on the right hip. You can intensify this stretch by bringing your bottom closer to your left heel and staying very tall. So I'll show you what that looks like sideways. Very tall, so not slumping in the back. Keep the right foot flexed. 3 more breaths. Lift your heart. 1 more breath. And then bring your bottom back and stretch your left leg long, shaking them out. I'm going to use my blanket again for that forward fold. So sitting on the edge of the blanket. And this time we're going to bend the left knee. Active right leg, really active. Cross it over. Take your right arm, wrap it around the left leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist your belly left, ribs left, heart left, head left. Right leg remains active. Feel the nice stretch going on the outer left hip. Two more breaths. Keep your spine as tall as you can. One more breath. And inhale, head comes forward, shoulders rest of body. Cross your left leg right on top of the right leg. Be conscious of the knee, so try to bring the leg up higher if possible, not directly on the knee. Active right leg. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, slowly going towards a forward fold. Pull your chin in towards your throat and lengthen your neck. 2 more breaths. Last breath here. And then inhale, lift up, coming up. Remove your blanket if you were sitting on one. And lean back, bend your right knee. And slide your left ankle to be just above the knee, right on the thigh. Turn your fingers away, lift your heart. Flexing the foot, you should feel a nice stretch in the outer left hip. This external rotation. If you want a little more, you can bring your bottom closer to your heel. Lifting, stretching yourself closer, feeling more of a stretch in the left hip. Try 3 more breaths with me with a very tall spine. One more breath. And then slowly bring it back, stretch it out, take a long stretch. Shake out the legs. And we'll bring our feet behind us and slowly come into what will be a dynamic cat-cow. So the knees are down. I'm going to use a blanket under my knees today. Fingers are widespread, wrists are under shoulders, or they can be slightly in front, but dynamic. So we move swiftly. Drop belly, lift head. Exhale, round spine. Look into the navel. Inhale, look to third eye. Get your breath involved. Good Ujjayi breath. Keep moving at your own pace. You can even go faster. Turning it into Kapalabhati. One more round. Come to a table. Step the right foot forward. Very low lunge. Low, low, low. See if you can get lower. Bring your right knee in towards your shoulder so it turns into lizard pose. Lift your heart, gaze forward. Shoulders move far from the ears. Nice, and then bring your hands up and see if you can bend your back leg. Reach for the foot. Right hand goes forward. If you can't reach the foot, you can take a strap, put it around your foot, reaching the right hand forward. Make sure that your left heel is going towards your left glute, not crossing over to the right. If you can't reach the foot, not interested in that, it's still a beautiful low lunge. Great opportunity for opening the hip flexors. This just gives you a little more stretch in the quadriceps. 3 more breaths for a total of 8. And release, come to the other side. Downward facing dog. Stretch the left leg forward into a very low lunge. So get nice and low until it turns into a lizard pose. Pull the left knee into the shoulder. Lift your heart. You can always use your block under your elbows if you prefer. Again, shoulders far from ear, knee pulling in towards the center line. 2 more breaths. Nice, slow, long, even breaths. Try to make your breath even on the inhale and the exhale, whether you're counting to 5, 6, 8, 4 in them, whichever it is, try to make it even. Even breath equals an even mind. And then coming up, Bend your right knee. You might want to bring your left leg just a little bit closer if you're going for the right leg, a little easier to balance. Pull it in nice and close, and left arm goes long if you can find that balance. Eight breaths. Keeping right heel towards right glute. Shoulders squaring to the front of your mat. Last two breaths. Well done. And take the leg back, downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Have a little more warming up today. Ardha Hanumanasana, but dynamic. Take the left leg down, take the right leg forward. Bending the knee, lifting the heart. Exhale, straighten the leg, curl the toes back to the head. Inhale, lift. One breath, one movement. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Stay and breathe. Curl the toes back to the face. Chin is towards the throat. Just 5 breaths here. Even breaths. One more breath. And bringing the right leg back. Stretch it out, one down dog. And lower the right knee, taking the left leg forward, bending the knee, lifting the heart. Feel the beautiful opening on the inside of the right thigh. Exhale, straightening the left leg, feeling the opening in the hamstrings, calf, the Achilles. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Three more. Two more. And stay. Long left leg. Curl the toes back towards the face. 5 breaths. Spread your toes a little on the left foot and feel how that creates some action in the back of the leg. Last breath here. And I'll meet you in down dog. Bend the knees, stretch it out. Stay 5 Ujjayi breaths in downward facing dog. You can move your blanket if you were using one. Now for this next down dog, I want you to walk your hands forward. It's kind of like puppy pose. Walk your hands forward, walk your feet back, and try to bring your head to the floor. Feel a beautiful stretch going on under the arms, in the upper back. Melting your heart towards the floor. And slowly come up, walking your feet forward. Take your time. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Pull the chin in towards the throat. Shake the head a little here. Stay 3 more breaths. One more breath. Bend the knees, cross the thumbs. Inhale, reach high. Surya Namaskar C. Exhale, forward fold. We have 3 rounds. Inhale, right foot steps far behind. Exhale, left foot steps back. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, left. Cross the thumbs, lift the heart. Exhale for left side. Inhale, left foot steps back, lift your head, look up. Exhale, right. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, right. Cross the thumbs, lift your heart. Right side again. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right, goes back. Exhale, left. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Ashtangasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right comes forward. Exhale, left. Cross the thumbs. Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot steps back. Exhale, right. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Bhujangasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left foot comes forward. Exhale, right. Cross the thumbs, reach up. Last round together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right. Exhale, left, goes back. Down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Cobra. Down dog. Right foot forward, inhaling. Exhale, left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. Exhale, right. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Ashtangasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot comes forward. Exhale, right. Cross the thumbs, reach high, and stop and breathe. Breathe 5 breaths. 5 beautiful breaths. Slow, conscious, even breaths. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting the head, walk, step, or jump to the back of your mat and lower down slowly. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. From here, step your right foot in between your hands. Open the back foot 90 degrees, warrior 2. Extend the arms out nice and long. 5 breaths here, and then we'll take a reverse warrior 2. One more breath. Take the left hand down, turn the right palm high, reach up, and look under the right arm. Feel that opening the right side of your waist. Keep the front knee bent, don't let it come out of its bend. Inhale, straighten the right leg, swing your hips left, reach far through the right, Trikonasana. 5 Ujjayi breaths. One more breath. And then coming out, extend your arms, reach far to the left, and take your right arm high. And reverse Trikonasana. Give a little more stretch through your right side. And bend the right knee, chaturanga, or knees, chest, and chin, swing through. Take your transition. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot steps in between, warrior two. Gazing over left hand, lot of space between the front and back foot. Right hand comes down, left palm turns high, reach up. Gazing under the left arm, start to bend the knee a little bit more in the front. Reach from your left hip. Feel the energy rising up from your left toes, through your knee, through the left hip, all the way out through the left fingertips. And come back to neutral, straighten the left leg, swing your hips right, reach left, and find Trikonasana here. Make sure your right arm remains open, your right shoulder stays open. And then coming up, extend your hips slightly forward, reach through the right, take your right hand down, left leg stays straight, reverse Trikonasana. Keep your hips facing the side of your mat. Slow breaths, 2 more. And release, bend the knee, take your hands down, and Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. From here, make sure you have some space around your sides of your mat. We're going to practice Adho Vrishika with the option to flip over. Lift the right leg high, bend the knee, and open your right hip. Stay 5 breaths. Allow your shoulders to twist. Left heel comes down towards the floor, giving a good stretch to the calf muscle, hamstring, Achilles on the left side. Maybe you want to turn your knee in some circles, a little more space. Good. Now option to flip it over or stay here for another 5 breaths. So to flip it over to wild thing. Opening deeply. One more breath. And releasing the right hand, come back down, downward facing dog. Take the left leg high in the sky, bend the knee and open the left hip. Look under the left arm, allow your shoulders to twist. Lift the left knee a little higher, maybe there's a circle, you want to turn the ankle, be creative. Stretch it out a little. 2 more breaths. You can also do this on your right knee. If you get tired, you can lower your right knee to the floor. And then we have a flip for 5 breaths, or stay there for 5 or lower to the knee for 5. And bring it back slowly. Take your time. And walk your feet halfway forward, only halfway. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Lift your right foot, put your right hand under right foot. Left foot lifts. Hastas under the padas. Hands under the feet. And then releasing your hands from your feet, bend your knees, and take your hands to your waist and come up nice and slow. All right, we're going to play a little bit with flying pigeon or staying still pigeon. Either one is fine, actually. So some call this, it's Ekapada Galavasana pigeon. They'll call it maybe a seagull pose. We're going to bend the right knee and open the hip and then cross the right ankle just above the left thigh. And find here a nice place to balance. Bend your knee, your left knee, and you can balance here and stay here. We'll be here 5 breaths. And then for the next 5 breaths, bring your hands down, peace sign fingers down. You feel that great stretch you're getting on the outer right thigh? Now you can stay here, or you can walk your hands forward, wrap your right foot around your left thigh, and keep coming forward until your left foot lifts off of the floor, and then lift your leg. And then bring it back slowly. And I'll come meet you with the peace sign fingers down and standing up again. All right, let's try the other side. So bend the left knee and open the hip. Stop and breathe. Take your left ankle just above your right knee. Bending through the right leg. Find a place to balance for 5 breaths. Left foot remains active. Now, peace sign fingers, bring them down to the floor, bend a little deeper. And decide, do I want to stay here or do I want to try walking forward? As you walk forward, wrap your left toes around your right bicep. Shift your weight forward on your mat. You can always have a blanket under your head, lifting the right foot. Maybe the right leg lifts off. And bring it back slowly. I'll meet you back. 2 fingers down. And then come up gracefully and relax a moment here. 5 Ujjayi breaths. And we'll work our way to the floor to get ready for our pigeon soon. Inhale, walk your feet forward, reach up, lift your heart. Exhale, bring your hands down, forward fold. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, walk, step, or jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to bring the knees to the floor and take your bottom to the left of the heels and extend your legs forward. So the first step to really get into a nice pigeon will be a open leg Janusirsasana, bending the left leg, bring the left leg behind you. You can also call this half Hanuman. Right, so we're going to lengthen the spine, turning your gaze towards your right big toe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come forward. Just a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. And then chin to the throat. You can stay here or go further. 5 Ujjayi breaths. One more breath. And inhale, lifting the head. Exhale, twist to your left. So twist the torso left. This is going to help you get into the low back area, the QL area, which can be tight and prohibit us from coming into a really comfortable pigeon. So reach your right arm long and take your left arm up and over. So the stretch is coming from the low back left side. Turn your gaze up. 8 breaths. Opening the left knee, still trying to reach the left sits bone towards the floor. It won't touch it, but just that sensation of the energy pulling into the left sits bone down towards the floor. 3 more breaths. Two more breaths. Keep spiraling your rib cage to the sky. 1 more breath. And slowly come up. And we'll change sides. So I'll change it over here for you. We're going to bend our right knee and take the right leg behind. Twisting the torso over the straight left leg, active left leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, walk forward. Just a little ways, not all the way. Chin towards your throat. Now maybe you can go further forward, keeping your spine straight if you can. Go as far as feels comfortable for you. 5 Ujjayi breaths. Left hip rolling back, right hip rolling forward. One more breath. Inhale, lift your heart, walk your hands back and twist to face the front or the long side of the mat. So you can bring your left hand to your thigh to bring your arm over. You can even bring your left hand to your heel if you'd like. Bring the right arm up and all the way over, or just keep both hands at the left foot, that's fine too. Turn your gaze up. Nicely done. Inhale, come back to the center and bring your legs together once again. And we're going to turn around. If you're facing back, turn around so that we can bring our hands back under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. Now have one blanket, one block ready, and your strap if you'd like it. All right, we're getting ready for pigeon. So we're going to come into downward facing dog. And give your right leg a stretch back. Just give it a good stretch. Exhale, pull the knee to the nose. And then place your right foot down behind your left hand. And then your right knee down behind your right hand. And then slowly walk back. But be conscious. Have your block handy. or your blanket handy. I always prefer putting a blanket under the whole thigh if it's not coming down comfortably. Okay, so we want both hip points facing forward. The other element, it doesn't matter how, if this is sickled in or open, either way is fine. But what is really important is finding a line between your knee and your hip. So find a straight line, and you want that thigh, your right thigh, to be parallel to the edge of the mat. That will help your knee act like a hinge joint, the way it should be, and keep your knee safe in this posture. You can always lay on your back and take this posture upside down instead. So both hip points facing forward the whole time. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Notice how that feels. Lift your heart. Let the crown of your head come very high. And yes, it kind of feels like a pigeon with a big, beautiful chest. Right? Pigeon. Lift your heart. Keep your right foot active, right leg active. Squeeze the right quadricep to keep it in place. And again, it doesn't matter if your heel sickles in towards your groin, that's fine too. Lengthen the spine if you feel comfortable and both hip points are facing forward. You can walk your hands forward. You could have used your block too, but I prefer the blanket under the right hip. 3 more breaths. And inhale, lift your heart. Option to bend back knee. If you can't reach it, you can take your strap around the foot, right? And then you can take either mermaid, which would be here, taking the left arm on the inside and right arm up. Or you can simply grab for the foot and let it get a good stretch, right? If you want to go a little deeper, practicing Ikapada Raja Kapotasana, king pigeon. Reaching. Two more breaths. Pulling the elbows together if your arms are up. And then gently releasing the pose. The elbow comes down, and we're going to stretch it back to downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Take your right leg up to the sky. Open the hip. Make some circles. Right. Now move your blanket over to the other side if you're using a blanket. Stretch your left leg nice and high. Really give a good stretch. Exhale, pull a knee in towards the nose. And left foot goes behind the right hand. Left knee goes behind left hand. And you start to come back. So if your hip doesn't come down to the floor comfortably, you can bring your blanket and put it under the whole thigh, whole thing, everything getting support. Okay? Again, it doesn't matter how sickled in your heel is. Anything's fine there. Just make sure that your knee and your hip are one straight line and they're parallel to the edge of the mat. Keep your quad active and your lower leg active. Both hip points facing forward, all right? So inhale, lift your heart, stop and breathe. Feel the hip points. You can close your eyes. You can roll your right hip forward, left hip back. Keep checking. One more quick check before we go forward, if you want to do. Look back to your right leg. Is it truly behind you, or could it be a little more in towards the midline? I find a lot of people's legs go out to the side, out to the right side on this side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, halfway forward. Notice how it feels. Don't push it. Maybe you can go further. 3 more breaths. Then inhale, coming up slowly. Grab your strap if you'd like, and bend your right knee. You can reach for the right foot and extend the left arm forward. You can try mermaid. If you want to try a deeper pose, go for your Raja Kapotasana. Grab your foot on the outside. Internally rotate the elbow and lift. Keep trying to get your hips square. Last 2 breaths. And gently release the foot if you had it there. Swing your right leg around, all the way around, and bring your right foot on top of your left thigh. Your left foot rests under the right knee. Flexing both feet. Move your muscles from your sits bones. So you want to tilt slightly forward. You can also sit up on your blanket. Inhale, lengthen the spine and reach your arms up. Exhale, halfway forward, chin to the throat. Keep your feet active, keep your legs active, and then if you can, all the way forward. Three more breaths. Good, inhale, lift the head, and let's change legs. So, right leg is on top, stretch them out a moment. Left leg will be on top this time. Bend your right knee and open the hip. Bring your left knee in, open the hip. And find a nice triangle shape here. If you need, maybe one knee is coming up, you can prop it with your block. You can also sit on your blanket. That'll help you tilt your pelvis forward a little bit more, with a little more ease. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Now bring the arms up. And we're going to start with halfway forward, chin to the throat, extend forward, pull your belly in. And then further forward. Inhale, lift the head and walk your hands back. Lovely. And shake out your legs. Today's inversion option is headstand. If you'd like to take a different inversion, please feel free to do so. Legs up the wall, shoulder stand are nice options. Even Pincha Mayurasana because your chest is quite open, probably already. So we're going to practice from here, Sirsasana. And you can also follow along with me and just stop anywhere in the line of progress towards headstand that you would like to. So we're going to measure the width of our shoulders by wrapping our hands around our elbows and then opening the arms. And when we do, we want our pinky finger to be behind the other pinky finger. We want the wrist to be on the ground. The whole ulnar ridge should be on the ground. This whole ridge. And we're going to take ourselves into downward facing dog. And this is maybe where you would like to stop. Just work on the strength in the upper back here. Strength through the shoulders, pressing away from the floor, pulling the belly in. And we can walk further forward, crown of the head's on the floor. You can stay here. If you'd like to go further, you can bend your knees. And then lift your legs. Keep your feet actively pressing up, legs actively pressing up. 10 breaths today. Now slowly pull the knees in towards the chest. And take the feet down. And 2 fists under the forehead. Relax your neck. Lifting the head, preparing for a laying down and soon Shavasana, but we'll have a little bit of finishing postures first, and then we'll come into our Shavasana. So laying down, head towards your front of your mat. Make sure you have space on either side of your mat, please. Take a moment to just come back to that mudra we used at the beginning. Feel your body now. Compare it to when you started your practice earlier. How does it feel different? Low back feels long and stretched. Sciatic area nice and open. Hips a little more flexible. Maybe things that were gnawing at you stopped gnawing at you during this practice. And maybe floated away for good. One more breath. I'm going to bend the knees, lengthen the tailbone, so lift your bottom and scooch your tailbone towards your heels. Now bend your knees in towards your chest more, happy baby. Hands on the inside or the outside of the feet. Rock side to side, give your back a nice massage. Stretch one leg and then the other. There's a lot of back bending in pigeon pose. So we didn't do any extra ones today, but we are getting a nice stretch in your low back area right now. And then pull the knees in towards the chest. Apanasana. Press down on your shins. And stretch the left leg long only. Pull the right leg in towards your chest and cross the right leg over to the left. Extend your right arm long, gazing towards the right hand. 5 slow breaths here. And then bring the right leg in and relax the right leg. Left leg comes in nice and close. Lengthen the low back, pull in. And then slowly cross your left leg over to the right. Extend your left arm long, right hand can be on the outer thigh. Gazing left with pleasant thoughts. And then bring the left leg back. Little squeeze in. And find any props that you might like to use for your Shavasana. For example, maybe you put your block under your knees for a little low back support. Put your blanket under your head. If you have two blocks, using two blocks instead for your knees. Make sure your low back is nice and long on the floor. Lift your head, pull your chin towards your throat, and relax your neck on the floor. Shoulder blades come together on the back. Take a big breath in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth 3 times. Like you're releasing, letting go. Taking the extra steam out, any pressure off of you. Releasing, surrendering. One more. I'll mention different parts of your body. You don't have to move them, but please just bring your mental awareness to each body part and mentally relax each part that I mention. You might see a color there, you might see warmth, feel warmth there, but you don't have to move that body part. Please bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows. Center of the throat. All of your mental awareness for relaxation at the center of the throat. Right shoulder. Right elbow. Right wrist. Right hand thumb. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. And fifth finger. Right wrist. Elbow. Shoulder. Center of the throat. Left shoulder. Left elbow. Wrist. Left hand thumb. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. And fifth. Left wrist. Elbow. And shoulder. Center of the chest. Right side of chest. Center of the chest. Left side of chest. Center of the chest. Bring your awareness to your navel center, center of the pelvis, right hip, all of your mental relaxation to your right hip, right knee, right ankle, first toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe, right ankle, knee, and right hip, center of the pelvis, left hip, knee, left first toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Go to the ankle, left knee, left hip, center of the pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of the throat, center of the eyebrows. Whole body is relaxed, so light and free. You feel that your body's like a feather, so light in fact it could float up from the floor. Feel yourself floating, floating in space, like a flying pigeon would. Just floating, soaring. And if you're out there soaring around somewhere, it's about time to settle back into the physical body. Feel yourself floating back into your physical body. And then feel all of the places that your body is touching the floor. Hands in the floor, heels, bottom, back, head, and the floor. Feel that nice connection. Listening to the sounds around you. Becoming more externally focused. Start to move the fingers a little and the wrists and then the toes and the ankles. Take any other stretches that feel good to you. Bending the knees, roll to your right side for 3 breaths. Bring your left hand down to the floor and press yourself gently to a seat. You may want to find your blanket or block to sit on again. Putting the palms up for receiving and also for giving the benefits of this practice, the freedom you feel, the liberation you feel, sending that to anyone who might need that today. Bringing the hands together at the heart now, Anjali Mudra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And an honor to lead your practice. Om Shanti.